Hey soul fan, how you doing? Welcome if you are new to the channel, and welcome back if you love me. I love you too, and I'm sorry that I'm a little late. I scheduled it for 9:30. I'm a little late. My son ended up walking in like 10 minutes before I was supposed to go live, and well, he's my son, so we're gonna see what zodiac sign we are reading for today. And then I'm gonna bake cookies. I promised my son I would bake cookies. All right, we've got Capricorn. All right. What other signs or placements or houses may be significant to you or who you're cross-watching for? All right, we've got Scorpio. Hey Rita, how you doing? We've got Jupiter. And 4th house. All right. I love these dice. So Scorpio is Pluto in 8th house. Jupiter is Sag in 9th house. And 4th house is Cancer and the moon. So you can have any of that in relation to Capricorn. If Capricorn is not in your big three or theirs, Scorpio, Sag, Cancer can also be significant. So can Pluto, Jupiter, and the moon, as well as those different houses that are getting lit for you, right? Capricorn is the 10th house. Sag is the 9th. Scorpio is the 8th. And Cancer is the 4th. All right, so you can have any of those signs ruling them houses as well. With that. The energy on the dice themselves, Scorpio, Jupiter in the 4th house. 4th house is the house of the mother and the home. Scorpio makes that real intense. Jupiter magnifies it. And it's super psychic, right? Super psychic between Scorpio and Sag and Cancer. Having the moon be a facet, the emotions, right, how we feel through things is probably coming up. And it's showtime if Capricorn is the big three. Oh, it's all three of your big three? Oh, Rita. Spirit said hi. Let me go grab. There's one thing I wanted to do. I wanted to give you guys the snapshot for the sign that we spin. The cosmic currency, I guess you could say. For Capricorn, since they got their sign spun. Current transits. There we go. That's what the chart looks like in the moment. Jupiter is presently in Libra. The moon is currently at 21 degrees Pisces, almost 22. It's 21 degrees, 59 minutes. And Pluto is 3 degrees retrograding in Aquarius. Capricorn doesn't have anything going on in there. So the only things that would really be challenging Capricorn energy is what is going on in Taurus. Taurus? No. Aries. No, Taurus. No, Aries. It's Aries. Because there's nothing going on in Libra or Cancer as the other cardinal signs, but there is stuff going on in Aries, which is cardinal fire. I don't know why I kept looking at Pluto, which is like right there next to the Capricorn symbol. It's like, wait a second. Aquarius is square Taurus. Anyway, I digress. But there is a lot going on in Aries. So to be fair, Cap, if you have placements around 1 degree, 15 degrees or 25 degrees, you know, give or take a couple degrees, depending on what you've got there. You're taking in a lot. Neptune, Ceres, Venus, Chiron, and Eris are hanging out in Aries and square to your sign. So, and the moon's going to be heading there tomorrow. The moon will be there tomorrow in Aries. It'll probably start the day. It'll start the day in Pisces, and then it'll flip to Aries at some point during the day. You're going to feel those emotions come up. You know, Aries rules Mars, which is Scorpio's other ruling planet. So, you know, Mars being in Leo could be playing a role as well. Whatever your Mars placement is could be playing a role. Having these different things aspect on your chart. You know, when we're talking about whatever you have in Capricorn, it's going to be a little different. Like if you had, let's just say, Mars in Capricorn square Neptune in Aries, addictions could be coming up bad, you know, because Mars is impulse and Neptune's escape. It's a desire to check out, you know, mentally, spiritually, like be somewhere else. And addictions could be coming up with you. You know, it could be a challenge right now. It could be a challenge, right? Depending on what you have in Capricorn. If your sun is there, you're getting challenged by everything in the outer experience. Are you really wrong just because it's the outer experience telling you that you're wrong? Or is the outer experience telling you that you're wrong because you don't trust yourself in being right? And it's reflecting back to you how you doubt yourself. That could be the challenge, right? If you're a Capricorn sun. If you're a Capricorn moon square Neptune, right? People are reflecting internal feelings at you that are not comfortable to feel. And somewhere in there, like that's what's coming up for you. The energy within yourself, like where do you feel those things? Why is that person in your experience, right? Neptune is all about deep reflections in the outer experience. If you're rising, if you are a Capricorn rising, like 1 degree and it's squaring Neptune, you are dealing with self-belief, and having to be more of a realist, more practical on how you can get things done. If it's squaring your rising, you need to be able to communicate from a place to other people that you understand them because you've gone through certain healings within your own self. Like that's how you connect to people, and that's how you can take the lead. And that's the challenge, connecting to other people. You have to find that common ground, right? That thread. Things that could be benefiting you right now are the other earth signs. So we got South Node in Virgo, and we do have Uranus and Mercury in Taurus. They're both at the final decan, so last 10 degrees. So this would be especially important if you have late Capricorn placements, right? Last decan Cap placements. If your rising is 20 degrees to 29 degrees Cap, you know, and stuff like that. South Node in Virgo, especially if you're a Capricorn rising. If you're a Capricorn rising, that would put Virgo in your 9th house, which is your house of wisdom. And because it's South Node, the way I describe South Node is it's like a magic eraser, right? It's like a divine magic eraser for things that are in misalignment with you. So whatever wisdom you've taken from past experiences might need an upgrade, right? It might need an upgrade. You might to reevaluate certain things now that you have new experiences and new information on top of what you already experienced, right? How does that shift, morph, tweak your belief system, right? How does it affect or change what you can give to other people, right? Wisdom bestowing onto another. With Uranus and Mercury in the 5th house, this would be a perfect time to be creative, especially as a Capricorn rising, right? It's a great time to get creative, to let your downloads kind of flood through. It could be surprisingly lucrative for you, whether you realize it or not. Like a little simple hobby, or, you know, just simply going live on TikTok with your cats or your rabbits outside. Like, who the fuck knows what the hell you feel creative doing? You could have conversations with your kids, right? The 5th house could be children. So trust and know that there are certain things that you can lean into despite the challenges that will really help you move forward. You know, if you are getting all these challenges from Aryan energy as a Cap rising with Aries in your 4th house, on your IC line, right? Going through these different inner child things coming up, you know, talking to your inner child like that and having those conversations and making that inner child in there feel better about the choices you're making because you're considering them, right? You value them. This kind of energy is coming up huge if you have natural Capricorn placements in your chart. That is especially if you have, early dead center or late degrees Aries, right? Because it's 1 degree, 15, and then 25. Those are the 3 big numbers inside Aries right now for Capricorn. I think if you really do lean into that more positive energy with the earth signs, you would benefit a lot. You would benefit a lot. Let old beliefs disappear. Old routines that go with it, you know, because it's Virgo. Old routines that go with those belief systems. Maybe you don't have to keep doing things the way you've been doing them. Maybe things that are in misalignment can start to phase out, and you can readjust your life and your routine to your new energy. You know, especially with all these new downloads and things coming in. I mean, it's in Taurus. We got Mercury. It's positive. It's all earth energy. Like there is a potential for radical breakout, like financial gain, material gain, especially because Uranus is there. Like radical, shocking shift, you know. You could go buy a fucking scratch off and end up hitting for 10 G's and you're like, what? What? You just became 10 grand richer, you know? Just following in your alignment and shit. Hey, Christina. Hey, Lala. How you doing? Yeah, I was just talking to my son about his big 3. It's Capricorn. Capricorn got spun, and then we've got Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Cancer. All right. Let me know if you guys appreciate the cosmic currency in the comments. You can do little purple hearts. You know that's my shit. And that's why I'll know you like me tuning into the cosmic currencies for you. All right. So Capricorn and or Scorpio, Sag, Cancer. Let's get this Vajra up here for your energy. And we're going to pull some Harrow. Yeah, love it. Cool. I love it too. All right. We'll stick with that. We'll stick with that. We'll do little snapshot cosmic currencies. Spirit, what is going on for Cap and those who resonate to the reading? We've got the Mountain Man. Well, I mean, Cap is the goat, you know, so mountains and goats kind of go hand in hand. There's this huge giant, and he's got what looks like a huge alligator, like a giant alligator flung over his back. But he's huge compared to the little teeny house on the card. And he's on top of the mountain, on top of the hill, mountain, whatever it is. What else? What else does Cap need to know? The carnival. Give me one more. I feel like there's one more. And for those of you not familiar with tarot cards. They're from the world of Pathfinder with D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. They just work really well, I think, with card reads. And so, you know, just be prepared. The language in the guidebook is Dungeons and Dragons. Okay. There's things in there that are not real life, but we translate. We translate it here. All right. Let's also pull. Let's do that. And I found my Kipper cards. They were in one of the two places that I looked yesterday. I just didn't look fast enough or good enough. I found them today because it bugged me. It bugged me. I could not find my Kipper cards, so maybe I'll pull Kipper as well. All right. Clarify the energy of the mountain man. Okay. I came out with the book. Clarify the carnival. Clarify the energy of the carnival. The crown in reverse. Dead in reverse. And clarify the owl with the midwife. The mirror. The mirror. Okay. We got the baggage on top with the key on bottom. The key is Chiron. So for sure, Cat, Chiron may be significant right now for you. And all the baggage. And all the baggage, right, that you've been carrying around. Literally, like, this person's carrying a lot of baggage. The mountain man is carrying quite a huge animal on his back. If he is towering over this little teeny house the size of my fingernail, like that alligator he's holding is fucking huge. That's huge. Let's pull Kipper with it. Let's pull Kipper. I'm excited. I'm so excited that I found my Kipper deck. You have no idea. Because I was like, I know I'm not crazy. I know it's in one of these two places. I haven't checked underneath my laptop. So my laptop's sitting on like a box lid. I was like, did I seriously like cover it or something? Was I not paying attention? I looked for it today. All right. Mountain man. Privileged lady in reverse. Clarify the carnival with the reversed crown. Change and coffin. 919. And clarify the owl and the midwife with the mirror, please. Great fortune in reverse. Okay. I usually don't read this Kipper deck reverse, but I feel like I have to read it in reverse. So we're going to go with that. I don't know if I've ever even read the definitions in the book. I don't even know if it has reverse readings. It doesn't. Okay. It doesn't have reverse meanings. I'm going to take their energy like they're upright, but I'm keeping it noted that they're reversed. Okay. For person number 1, right, the mountain man, which I do feel I'm going to be talking to you, right, Capricorn energy or the viewer. I feel the same way, though, looking at the owl and the midwife. The carnival with the crown reversed, the change in the coffin might be a situation and not necessarily a person. So take the 3 separate energies as they resonate, but that's the way I'm feeling them, so that's the way I'm going to read them. The mountain man is chaotic neutral, Okay. The mountain man signifies an encounter with a physical power outside of one's control. The giant could personify an authority, an army, an earthquake, or even a desperately needed rainstorm in a parched land. Acceding to the force might be wise, but surviving it is paramount. Okay. So I'm getting downloads. So this person, right, the privileged lady energy in the reverse might quite literally be a person connected to the mountain man. Regardless of gender, you place it how it fits, but the privileged lady in the reverse. With the Akashic records, right, the book being present, I think that whoever the privileged lady is associated with this person like the mountain man was a force in their life that it affected them. It affected them more than they cared to acknowledge or realize, and they're not in connection right now. I think the mountain man with his presence and stature on the cards being in the upright is okay. I think whoever the feminine energy is struggling. And it might be because something's written, right? And there's Chiron, things healing. There's baggage that needs to get unpacked, right? The situation, the second energy, the carnival. It's chaotic neutral as well. The carnival is the card of illusions and false dreams. This card can heighten the power of the arcane, but depending on such whimsical forces can be risky. For others, this card depicts imprudent plans or unrealistic ambitions. The crown is upside down. Great fortune is upside down. I think those three cards, the reversed cards, are all connected. I feel like I'm reading two people together. I'm going to get into that third energy in a minute, that last energy, because that's something or someone separate from these two. I feel, right, illusions and false dreams, risk, unrealistic ambitions, the crown in the reverse, change and coffin. I feel like someone can't reinvent themselves, and it might be on a higher level, right, with the crown. They're having a hard time getting out of the illusion of the false reality. Like the reality, the scene might change, right? It might be a new scene. It might be a new stage. It might be all new characters, but the story's the same. But the story is the same. And it's like you feel like you're going crazy because you got away from it. The owl and the midwife. The third energy out here. The midwife is neutral good and the owl is neutral, true neutral. The owl represents eternal wisdom of natural order. It is the harsh realism that causes a pack of wolves to cull the weak in a herd. It is tragic for the culled deer, but through such actions, the herd grows stronger. The needle the owl holds binds life together, but just as easily can pick that life apart. The owl is holding a needle with red thread. And there's mythos around the red thread, right? I believe it's Japanese myth about the red thread and how it ties souls together. The midwife is a conduit to creation, although she does not create on her own. The halfling is a key that lets new life or information into the world. Her heart can see the good in even the worst situation. She can see the import of any new arrival. If misaligned, the new arrival will likely not inspire much joy. And I only read that because the Great Fortune card is in the reverse with this set of cards. I don't think this is another person. I think this is 3 different energies, like in development. So the 2 people of the reading are the Mountain Man and the Privileged Lady reversed. The second energy here, someone thinks, and it might be the Privileged Lady, thinks that they can run from the healing, or that they can run from the Mountain Man or forget the Mountain Man existed. When you can't forget the Mountain Man, right? The Mountain Man is such a huge energy in your life. You cannot forget them. Like if you saw a 60 fucking foot giant outside, you looked out your window and saw a 60-foot fucking man with an alligator dangling over his back outside, would you ever forget what you saw? No. Well, it's no different with these 2 people. Like their energy was so big in each other's lives and each other's stories that they can't forget each other. I think the Mountain Man might have accepted that they will not forget the Privileged Lady. I think they've accepted it, that they will not forget, which is why they're in the upright. They're strong, right? They understand that there are things beyond their control and that they have to be strong through it, right? Surviving it is paramount. It is beyond their control. It's probably in the Privileged Lady character's court. You know, the ball's in their court. And they think they can run and not be chosen. Like the crown in reverse, they're supposed to be putting on this crown with the Mountain Man. It's in reverse and they're trying to run. And they keep hitting dead ends and not comfortable ones either. Someone might enter their life, the Privileged Lady's life, like the midwife is the key. I feel the midwife introduces great misfortune to whoever the Privileged Lady is as a mirror for her to gain some kind of wisdom. And I say her, but you know, Privileged Lady, whatever. I think it's to get her to see the ties that bind her to the Mountain Man. So like this is a story of someone learning how to come back after really fighting themselves to stay separate from whoever that person is, the Mountain Man, right? You, the viewer. Someone is learning how to come back to you. Let's get some insight on this. What decks, please, Spirit? We're going to start with the Wild Unknown Tarot. Insight, please. What is going on? What's the insight? What do we need to know? What's most important for us to know at this divine time? What is most important for us to know? Father of Pentacles. Cap, that's your energy, man. That's Cardinal Earth. Came out strong first for your read. And your lightest of cards, that. Oof. Okay. That's interesting. I always put my cards back in my deck upright. The sun was in my deck upside down. It came out upside down. I don't believe the coincidences. Clarities, please. Okay, so right off the bat, Father of Pentacles missed an opportunity. There was an apology there. It wasn't received well. And or there's unfinished communications that need to be said about how they feel. The Sun in reverse with the Son of Cups. And then the Ace of Pentacles, the new beginning or the foundation, was blocked with the Ten of Wands. Too many things in the way. I got 3 10s out here. I got another 10 with the 19. And another 1, right, with the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Pentacles. I got 6 1s out here. Like it was blocked from the beginning. The kindness or the love just wasn't seen, right? The Sun in the reverse. The Sun in the reverse is like no light and or being blind by light, right? Either way, you can't see. Someone rejected an apology. Someone's value or someone's heart wasn't seen. Likely you know, the Father of Pentacles, right? Missed the opportunity. Maybe more does need to be said and isn't able to get said, right? Because it's been blocked. The wheel turned, and there's the misfortune with the Ten of Cups in the reverse, right? The Wheel of Fortune's clarified by the Ten of Cups reversed. The wheel turns into misfortune. And we get the Ace of Cups with the Daughter of Cups. I think at some point there is another communication and it is opening. I just don't know if it's between the Mountain Man and the Privileged Lady, or if it's between the Mountain Man and the Divine. You know, that the universe has mercy on the Mountain Man because they tried and they've been blocked in all attempts to write something with their person. Yeah, the Emperor's on the bottom, high masculine energy. And the Six of Swords on top. The High Priestess, like, yeah, you know you've got to move forward because it fucking hurts. It hurts to think about what could have been and the direction you wanted to move. You couldn't move in that direction because you couldn't give to it. You would have. You were blocked. Gemini energy strong. You could have been dealing with a Gemini, have strong Gemini in your own chart. But the cycle closed. You had to walk away, right? You had to walk away unfulfilled, and the cycle closed. And you've been reinventing yourself in the dark. You've been reinventing yourself in the dark. Dealing with the deception, right? Dealing with the deception because you know the truth. You know the truth. You've got to be strong alone right now. Your person's going to go under judgment to heal. Your person's going to go under judgment to heal with a Father of Wands, Fool, like selfish individual, high chemistry. Like the midwife is going to introduce. The midwife is literally, look at what she's holding. The midwife is going to introduce a demon, quote unquote, right? Great fortune in the reverse to mirror this person. They're in really low energy if they're denying their truth, and they're denying the mountain man energy. If they are true partners, then they're in denial. That requires healing. Healing requires lessons. Lessons are not always easy. And if it's serious, like it is, you know, on a soul level, like these two people are people that are meant to be together, like high contract. It's written in the book. Like this is what is written. Universe is gonna send them something to wake them up. Yeah, it's gonna send them revelation. It's not gonna be fun. It's not gonna be fun. You've just got to maintain sovereignty, maintain emotional maturity, and not let yourself get fucked up with other third-party people, right? Marry that Father of Swords, owl energy, right? Marry the owl energy that fucking knows, the owl energy that carries the red thread and knows that this privileged lady is your person. Like, don't get it twisted and get all fuckered up with other people. Because this person, the privileged lady, is coming back to you. They've just got a process to go through. You know? They got a process to go through. Let's pull the Midnight Magic Tarot. Give me some insight specifically into the Mountain Man. Where are they at? Right? You, the viewer. I feel like that's you. Where are you at? I've got the Seven of Pentacles. The High Priestess. Clarify, please. Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Heavy Earth. Where you're at right now, I think you're trying to level up. I think you've maybe been in Knight of Pentacle energy for a while, where you know your energy holds a lot of value, but it's slow coming in. And you're trying to elevate to the Queen of Pentacles, but you're kind of at a standstill, right? You want to have this, you know, Queen of Pentacles is fixed earth. It's Taurian energy, which is that Uranus, Mercury aspect that we were kind of talking about earlier, right? When we did the cosmic currency for you guys. I feel like you're in this mindset of you can't have what's yours. Like it's not ready yet, right? The Seven of Pentacles isn't ready yet. Queen of Pentacles is the vibration of mine, and it can be beautiful, but you know it's going to take a little while. So the Mountain Man is intuitive, like they're in tune, like they know. They know. The Mountain Man's not ignorant to what is going on in the energy, and they're not in denial of it either. Five of Pentacles is on the bottom. Six of Swords is on top. Yeah, they're dealing with the loss and having to move forward. They're just having to accept it for what it is. What is going on with the privileged lady person? Where are they at? Insight, please, into the other person. Really, because this is going to happen in phases for them. The first phase is changing and thinking they can run away from the circus, you know, the carnival. The second is getting dealt the crazy fucking hand to help them see. Where are they at right now? What's going on with them right now? Insight in the highest, please, Spirit. Okay, clarity. I've got the Two of Cups with the Eight of Wands and the Hanged Man. Okay, we'll do it like that. God damn. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Pentacles. Top is the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, they're figuring out what they want. You know, the Two of Pentacles is they're weighing a couple options. They're looking to commit to something. Right, with the Three of Pentacles, they're trying to pin it down. Two of Cups with the Four of Swords. They're leaving their soulmate, right? The Mountain Man on ice. They're definitely doing that. That's confirmed. As of right now, they're leaving the Mountain Man person on ice. They're getting downloads, right, with the Eight of Wands, with the Death card and the Temperance to reinvent themselves and alchemize, right? That's why Spirit is inspiring them like they are, right? Or nudging them like they are, leading them down a path synchronistically like they are. They're feeling this pull, right, in certain directions and certain thoughts, right? Being pulled in a certain direction to reinvent and alchemize and heal. That's major work. 13, 14 is major work. And the Divine's taking them back to the Hanged Man, right? They're taking them back into the subconscious, the Piscean energy. They're taking them back there into that 12th house to do the work. How they're sabotaging themselves and betraying themselves, moving forward unfulfilled. Like they know they can't move forward with whoever or whatever they're moving towards because it's not fulfilling. It doesn't feel good. That's the path that they're heading towards, right? The Hanged Man with the Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. There's an eclipse on this card. There's an eclipse on that card. Solar eclipse. Might be seriously significant if they have Virgo Pisces nodes. Or if their nodes end up falling in Capricorn, Cancer, right? Something like that. Especially because we have Cancer on the dice. I mean, it could be Sag and Scorpio as well, right? Nodes. Really, this one, the Eight of Pentacles, is the mushroom called the blob. We got anemone, stinkhorn, and shaggy ink cat. This person might seriously let themselves go. Like physically. Like their physical body is going to reflect where they're at. Mentally, spiritually, real bad. Their body is not going to reflect their true light. They chose a fucking road, yo. Hang tight and do your thing. Like if you're the Mountain Man character, like hang tight. Trust what you know is true, and just build towards that end goal that you want with your person, even though they're not there. And trust whatever is meant to be will be. Like, you know what you're building towards, you understand your truth, accept and be humble that can change divinely at any time for any reason. The divine can change that for you. And whatever you're building towards your privileged lady person is going to be what you need to move forward with, whatever your future is, regardless of the privileged lady person, right? Let them inspire you to be your best self. And be open to the fact that they were always there to inspire you. And maybe that is their role until whatever future unfolds, you know? They're going to go through a crazy mirror. And you need to know that. Like, you need to know you're not crazy. You need to know that time takes time, and it does fix things. It does give us opportunities to learn things. It gives us opportunities to reflect on things. It challenges us to be better. So trust that. Let's pull notes from the universe on loving connection. Let's get a guidance card for you. That's the stick right here. Okay. I believe Elisa gifted me this deck. Shout out to Elisa. What card above all others pleases guidance for those who need it? What is the guidance, please? That just scared the shit out of me. Oh my God. Y'all have no idea the panic that just ensued in my chest. I looked over. I have the lid off the magic mushroom or midnight magic deck. I looked over. Mind you, I'm sitting on like a screened in like porch, but it's not like completely bug proof. It's an outdoor porch. That is on the side of the goddamn box. If it did not register with me in two split seconds that was just the box, y'all would have saw me jump out my skin. Saw me scream on camera. My God. In other words, don't freak out too soon, okay? Whatever it looks like, it's not real. whatever this is that they're going through, relax. Oh my God. Oh, I hate bugs. I hate bugs so bad. I hate bugs so bad. Oh. I'm dramatic. Leave me alone. You got 2 cards. You have more options than you realize, and it's not as if you need anyone. Right, Mountain Man? You have more options than you realize. It's not as if you need anyone. It's not like having someone is the only option as opposed to not having someone. Like, not having someone does have a lot of options that you could focus on other things. Just because you don't have a person doesn't mean you can't put your focus or your passion into something else. Like, I don't have a person, I don't have anybody in my life, but this is my baby. Like my channel, my soul family, I will spend all day talking to y'all in PM, chatting with you guys on lives, like doing work in the background. Like, I have other shit that I can be passionate about and focus on. I don't have to worry about my person, whoever my person is, wherever they are, floating through the world trying to find me. Like, it's all divine, and I think that's a lot of the mindset. So you have options. You have more options than you realize. It says it sure is hard to get really angry at someone when you can think of all the reasons you love them. And you can, the universe. It sure is hard to get really angry at someone when you can think of all the reasons you love them. You have more options than you realize. You don't have to feel pain. You don't have to feel pain. I've talked about my relationships and my exes openly on this channel. Like, you don't have to feel pain. You can find gratitude, immense gratitude. I don't look back and feel pain in my past. I do feel a lot of gratitude. I do let it inspire me. Like, I'm inspired every day by the things I've learned along the way with some of the most powerful mountain men people in my life. you know, those unforgettable people. You can look at them with love and not be angry. You know, like if you want to find reasons to be angry, you can find them. And it's just as easy to find reasons to love them and love yourself and move forward with what you have, with what you do have. It's not as if you need anyone. For as long as you wish to keep them in your life, whoever they may be, understanding them as opposed to changing them will wildly improve the chances that they'll wish to keep you in their life. On the other hand, you're pretty much stuck with me. Oh, wow. How I love you, the universe. Yeah, you can keep them in your thoughts. You can keep them in your heart. You can literally keep them in your life if they are in your life. Like, you can keep them however you want in your everyday. They can live rent-free in your mind. Try to understand as opposed to change, right? You can't change the past. You can't change who they are right now. That's Spirit's job. Spirit's obviously working on it. Spirit's obviously working on it. So just do your best to maybe try and understand it. You know, trying to change it means you're in resistance to it. You're against it, right? You're rubbing up against something that doesn't feel good. You're better off just seeking to understand why it's happening the way it is, as opposed to resisting why it's happening the way that it is. And if you can choose to understand it and apply that, right? Apply that understanding with gratitude. Like, okay, you know, okay. You are more likely to end up in a version that will improve the chances of y'all working together later. Because if this person is going to go through some crazy fucking shit, which they are, they're going to go through some crazy shit. Okay. Divine loves them and doesn't want them to miss out on you. Doesn't want them to miss out on you and the greatness that it could be. Really doesn't want them to miss it. It's going to send them a doozy to get them back in alignment, you know. If you harbored anger for all the time that they've spent away from you, all the choices they could have, should have, would have made and didn't, and you hold on to that all the way up until they're healed and come back, and you decide that you're going to be the sleeping one now, the one experiencing great misfortune, the divine will flip this shit so fast and do the same thing for you so that you understand. Right? We go through mirrors so that we understand. I've talked about it on this channel where my ex before my quote unquote counterpart, I went through such a mirror. I was like, wow, like that's how he felt in hindsight, right? In hindsight, how I felt being with my quote unquote counterpart. And the depths of darkness that I felt through in that dynamic. I get it. I get it. I understand what my ex felt like dealing with me, being in the energy that I was in with him. And however my counterpart felt, I understand that too. I understand that too, because to be completely fair, I didn't know what kind of pain I was causing my ex. I didn't know what kind of damage I could have been doing to him emotionally. I didn't take anything into consideration. I was in fear state. I was trying to survive and save my damn self. I had no idea how to consider anybody else. So you don't think I know how my counterpart felt? Being with me, who was pouring myself head first in, wanting to love him so bad, and it's just not registering and he doesn't fucking care. I understand it. That's what these mirrors do. So do yourself a favor. If you are meant to be with this person, if that's true, if it's true, don't be bitter. Don't harbor the anger that you can choose to harbor. And if and when the time aligns, if they come back, you will be in the perfect space to receive them, and you will live happily ever after. Or you can flip-flop in the mirror for as long as you want, rejecting each other and chasing down suffering. Be my guest. You'll do that every time. You'll do it every time. The mirror will flip. The mirror will flip. That's what the Wheel of Fortune is, right? It's Jupiter energy. It's the Wheel of Fortune. It flips. It's not all positive. Jupiter is not all positive. It's a magnifier. It always works out in your favor, right? Blessings and blessings in disguise are both blessings, just different kinds. We clearly see the value of one right away and we're excited about it. And the other one we see the value of later and find gratitude for it. Both are blessings. Jupiter's like, I will give you both. I love you and I will give you both to help you find your way. And this is what we do. We flip-flop. We flip-flop back and forth in this mirror. And we don't have to do that. Choose to keep love in your heart. Choose to keep love in your heart. And if you're sad and you miss them, cry. Let it out. Let yourself miss them. And trust that it's okay. Trust that it's okay. You're just going to focus on what you got to focus on and let the divine do what it does. Let time do what it does. You're in control of yourself. You are in control of yourself and how you choose to perceive and receive things. The experience, it can be so great if you let it. Don't get hung up on the wrong things and take yourself away from all the stuff that is beautiful in your life. Nobody needs detours. Well, I mean, some of us need detours. None of us like them, though. Well, find gratitude for them, but we don't like the way they feel. So do yourself a favor and let that risk go. All right. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I will be back tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow. And yeah, I'll see you then. Bye, everyone.